White leather.
Where's the karaoke machine?
It's later.
Well, welcome all of you from all over Australia by the sounds of it. It's a fantastic afternoon to be here in the mountains. Now, as I said before, my name's Tina McCormack. I'm a marriage celebrant, and today we're having a surprise, not for Annie and Adrian, but a surprise for a lot of you. Wedding, I think it is. So, on behalf of Annie and Adrian, I'd like to welcome all of you here this afternoon to celebrate their marriage. The beautiful thing about love is that it's an experience we share with people throughout the world. And to everyone who's ever been in love, it's the most unique and precious thing on earth. A really happy marriage is founded on love. There is nothing in life that love cannot achieve, and no known bond is stronger. Raphael Oritz said, "Remember that love is not finding someone to live with, it's finding someone you can't live without." Now, Adrian and Annie's first meeting took place just over 2 years ago in a little cafe on the wharf at Port Adelaide, where they enjoyed a light lunch, followed by a long chat and a walk along the wharf. From the start, they knew it was something special, and after only a few months of seeing each other, they knew that they loved one another. They had shared a dream of moving back to the country and began looking for a property. It was in July last year that they found it and then started their new life together. Apart from Annie's obvious beauty, Adrian loves and admires everything about her. Although he admires Annie's capacity for hard work, he worries that at times she works too hard. Adrian especially admires her passion for everything she does, her dedication and devotion to her loved ones and everything she cares for. And to Annie, Adrian is the most loyal, caring, considerate and compassionate person she's ever met. She loves his smile, and his laughter lights up her life. Adrian has encouraged, inspired and challenged Annie to do things she had never imagined. He has a quirky, sometimes warped sense of humour that matches Annie's. Marriage made in heaven. Both Adrian and Annie share a love of animals, gardens and country life, and both are very creative people. Annie is a talented artist and excels in pencil sketches and lead light, while Adrian is an outstanding blacksmith and photographer. Adrian has always had a love of motorbikes and encouraged Annie to get her motorbike licence. And now both of them share a passion for riding their bikes and spend many hours, days and weekends riding around the state and interstate. And it's because of this shared passion that they decided to exchange vows in front of you, their friends, today. Their hope for the future is to share the rest of their lives caring for each other, their loved ones, and their furry, feathered and scaled family. They look forward to spending lots more quality time with their family and their close and true friends. Now, love gives life a totally different purpose and meaning. While Annie and Adrian are already committed to one another in their hearts, this ceremony gives formal recognition to that commitment. So Annie and Adrian, today is your day, your time and your celebration, and everyone here today is looking forward to sharing this happy occasion with you. Now I'm going to hand over to Annie, and she's going to read a poem entitled Maybe, which she's specially chosen for this occasion.
Maybe we're supposed to meet the wrong people before meeting the right one, so that when finally we meet the right person, we'll know how to be grateful for that gift. Maybe it's true that we don't know what we've got until we lose it, but it's also true that we don't know what we have been missing until it arrives. Maybe the happiest of people don't necessarily have the best of everything, they just make the most of everything that comes along their way. And maybe the best kind of love is the kind you can sit on the sofa together and never say a word, and then walk away feeling like it was the best conversation you've ever had. Maybe you shouldn't go for looks, they can deceive. Don't go for wealth, even that fades away. Go for someone who makes you smile, because it only takes a smile to make a dark day seem bright. Maybe you should hope for enough happiness to make you sweet, enough trials to make you strong, enough sorrow to keep you human, and enough hope to make you happy. And maybe love is not about finding the perfect person, it's about learning to see an imperfect person perfectly.
It's beautiful. Well, Adrian and Annie, now I, Tina McCormack, a civil celebrant, am duly authorised to solemnise your marriage according to the laws of Australia. Before you, Adrian Jan Beecham, and you, Anne Charmaine Hearn, are joined together in marriage in my presence and in the presence of your friends who are your witnesses today. I am bound, as you know, to remind you publicly of the solemn, the serious and the binding nature of the relationship into which you're about to enter. Because marriage is the voluntary and full commitment of a man to a woman and a woman to a man. It's made in the deepest sense, to the exclusion of all others, and it is entered into with the firm intention that it will last for life. Well, now the next part of the ceremony is referred to as the asking, and that's simply because it's now I'm going to ask Annie and Adrian if they will take each other to be husband and wife. Uh-oh.
Still not sure.
Mark. Annie and Adrian, as you travel through life together, remember that it is love which has brought you here today, love which will make your union special, and it is love which will cause it to endure. So I now have a question for both of you, and if you agree, please answer I will. Adrian, will you take Anne to be your wife? Will you love and cherish her, respect her and honour her as your soulmate? Will you stand by her in good times and bad times for the rest of your life together? And Annie, will you take Adrian to be your husband? Will you love and cherish him, respect and honour him as your soulmate? Will you stand by him in good times and bad times for the rest of your life together?
I will.
And now the next part of the ceremony is where Annie and Adrian are going to say their marriage vows to each other. They've taken a lot of time and they've written some really beautiful vows, and so I'm going to hand over to them now to each read their marriage vows.
Oh, since when?
First time ever.
Our individual lives have had our challenges and followed similar paths. Since we have found each other, our journey has taken us on a path we only dreamt about. We do things together we never thought possible and encourage each other to strive for more. You are my best friend, companion, lover and confidant. But most of all, you're the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. I'm proud of you and everything you do, no matter how big or small, will always be there to support you in any decisions you make. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Adrian Jan Beecham, take you, Anne Charmaine Hearn, to be my lawful wife. I vow to trust and value your opinions and stand by your actions. I'll always treat you my best friend and equal. I will care for you and nurture you and be there for you in all life has for us. I'll ask for help when I need it, and even when I don't, and offer you help when you need it. The best years of our life are about to begin, and nothing makes me prouder than to be spending them with you. I vow to regularly service your motorbike and watch you wash and polish our bikes, but only if you make bruschetta regularly and keep the fridge stocked with cider. My heart belongs to you, and I promise before these witnesses to stand beside you, upholding you, cherishing you for the rest of our days together.
Since I found you, Adrian, I've found a new life. Because of you, I laugh, I smile, and I dare to dream again. You've encouraged and inspired me to do things I'd never imagined. You're my best friend, my playmate, my lover, my mentor, my confidant, and my pride in you is unsurpassed, and the happiness that you bring to me is unending. You're like a precious gift that keeps on giving. You've fulfilled my life in unique and wonderful ways, and I know that I can count on you. Your smiles and laughter light up my days. There's no one else I'd rather spend time with. I wish I could give you everything that you could ever want, but all I can promise you is my love, unconditional, complete and forever. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Anne Charmaine Horn, take you, Adrian Yarn Beecham, to be my lawful husband. I vow to trust and value your opinions and stand by your actions. I will always treat you as my best friend and equal. I will always care for you and nurture you and be there for you in all life has for us. I'll ask for help when I need it and offer help when you need it. And I vow not to take up too much room in the shed and support and encourage your multiple bike syndrome, MBS, as long as you bring me coffee in bed first thing in the morning and keep me supplied with chocolate. There's no one I'd rather spend the rest of my life with. My heart belongs to you, and I promise before these witnesses to stand beside you, upholding you and cherishing you for the rest of our days together. Thank you.
Well, generally, when we think about a married couple, one of the symbols of marriage that comes to mind are the rings that are worn. And wedding rings are exchanged on a day such as this as an outward sign of the love the couple have for each other and a symbol of the commitment that they make on their wedding day. Now I'd like to ask Tony to step forward with the rings. So if you could give Annie's ring to Adrian. Thanks, Tony. That's wonderful. And Adrian, as you're going to place the ring onto Annie's finger, if you could say these words of commitment.
Anne, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment. I commit my heart and soul to you. Please wear this ring as a reminder of our vows that we exchanged today, our wedding day.
And Tony, if you could please give Adrian's ring to Anne. Thank you. And Annie, as you're slipping the ring onto Adrian's finger, if you could just say these words.
Adrian, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love and commitment. I commit my heart and soul to you. Please wear this ring as a reminder of our vows that we exchanged today, our wedding day.
Annie and Adrian, your wedding ring is a special symbol of the promises you've made to each other, and thus it is a treasured possession. A circle with no beginning or end, your ring demonstrates a continuing bond of togetherness and unending love, which are the foundation stones of a happy marriage. Well, now Adrian's going to read a very special piece composed by Robert Fulham.
This is, we're all a little weird, especially some of the people gathered here today. And life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall into a mutually satisfying weirdness and call it love, true love.
Well, friends, today you've heard the promises made by Adrian and Annie here this afternoon. They've promised to share their lives together in marriage from this day onwards. They've taken their vows and exchanged rings, pledging their love in our presence. As well as witnessing their commitment to each other, we're also here to wish them every happiness for their life together. After all, to quote Hilary Cooper, life is not to be measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the number of moments that take our breath away. So it's therefore with great pleasure that I'd like to have this great honour of pronouncing Adrian and Annie to be husband and wife.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I think he's still filming. Yeah, I'm not going to wait.
Annie and Adrian would love to have a photo of everybody who witnessed their their ceremony today. So I'll just present the certificate and then Mark can get everything organised, hey? But before we do that, I'd like to have the great honour of presenting Annie and Adrian with their certificate of marriage. So congratulations. And I'd also now like to be able to introduce to you for the very, very first time Mr. Adrian and Mrs. Anne Beecham.
Oh, yeah.
Right, get a room. Come on.
I'll take him anyway, Sharon.
Nice photos we got through your window last night.
Oh, the lipstick's gone now. Oh, the lipstick.
Oh yeah. Quality's not good enough. Compared to the GoPro, that's what I thought. No, I'll do the GoPro this. Oh, this is, I don't mind this. From what I've seen, this is quite good. Yeah. I haven't done that much with it. HD, isn't it?
Yeah.
False alarm. You colourblind, Barty?
Someone said here she is.
Everything's black through those glasses, is it?
Still got them on.